According to our next guest, you don't need all those weeks that you spent to get that beautiful. You don't. I wish we'd have told you this sooner.
Me too.
Here with tips to look younger and more glamorous in under 60 minutes is Dr. Michelle Yagoda. She's a New York City celebrity plastic surgeon. Good morning to you, Doc.
Good morning. Thank you.
All right. So what can we do if you saw Allison going through the process of putting, doing the?
I mean, one of the things that I did, I went to do a fake tan. I went to do teeth whitening. What are things to do to make your face look brighter without all that time consumption?
Well, you know, celebrities definitely were born with great genes, but they are afflicted by aging just like all of us. And the three main areas that celebrities come in for to get improvements before the Oscars or before any big event are basically here. The first thing that's very great for improving the texture and tone and appearance of your skin is a chemical peel. And
that sounds painful.
It's not painful. It doesn't feel anything more than like a mild sunburn that lasts for about 20 minutes.
Okay, so which one of these is the chemical peel here?
The chemical peel is over here on the right.
And what does it do?
And what it does is several different things. It tightens up the skin up to about 30% tightening. It takes care of brown spots and makes them fade. It shrinks the pore size to make the pores smaller. It evens the tone and texture and gets rid of fine lines and wrinkles.
How much does it cost?
It costs about $250 for a treatment. But what's important to know is that the pH of the peel you receive is close to a true acid.
Okay, now I have, when you wake up in the morning, you're doing a morning show like this, you get like bags under your eyes. You know, you don't get a lot of sleep regularly. How do you get rid of the bags under your eyes without going through surgery and other things?
You can use fillers, actually. Fillers are injectables that can do full facial recontouring in many different areas. They can get rid of the puffiness under the eyes by obliterating the lower eyelid bags.
Which one is that? The Juvederm?
All of these are different kinds of fillers.
Does this come with a syringe? Because I'd like to try it on
It
Clayton
sure
right
does,
now.
but you may not.
She needs a medical license to inject me with stuff. Yes.
That's right.
Thank God with a Hippocratic oath. I don't know if you took that or not.
Not only can that get rid of the lower eyelid bags, and I think there are some before and after photos that show that, but it can get rid of fine lines and wrinkles. It can get rid of deeper lines like the angry lines around the mouth.
How much for a filler treatment?
The fillers range in price depending on how much you need, from $400 up to $850.
This ain't cheap.
Okay, let's get to the last two here. We have the intense pulsed light laser. What can we do? What does that mean? That sounds again painful.
That is not painful because there is a chiller in the handpiece which basically ices your skin temporarily, so you really feel nothing more than a mild rubber band snap. What it does is it gets rid of pigmented lesions on your skin. That means brown spots from aging, sunspots, broken capillaries, acne, rosacea, to even the skin texture.
If you don't want to do any of that, just drink a little bit of BeautyScoop. This is your product. Where can people find it?
That's right. Online at www.beautyscoop.com, and that will add shine to your hair and glow to your skin.
Oh.
Fantastic.
That's what she's been looking for years. Thanks, Doctor. Dr.
you.
Michelle Yagoda, we appreciate it. Who are you picking to win Best Picture tonight?
I'm not sure.
No, say Slumdog. Okay.
Slumdog.
There you go. Very good. All right, thanks, Doctor.
Find out what beautiful women everywhere have in common. They know the scoop, and they drink it every day. From celebrities to the girl next door to the beauty experts, everybody is talking about BeautyScoop.
I feel like my skin, it looks so much better than it's ever looked before. I mean, it's almost like I don't need makeup.
For the first time in my life, I have nails, and they're beautiful.
I wash my hair almost every day, and BeautyScoop has given it the shine that I didn't have anymore, and the split ends are gone. It just works.
BeautyScoop is the only doctor-developed beauty infusion that dramatically improves the appearance of skin, hair, and nails. It's a scientific breakthrough developed by New York City celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Michelle Yagoda and by world-renowned chemist Dr. Eugene Gans.
I'm here with Dr. Michelle Yagoda, co-founder of BeautyScoop. Dr. Yagoda, what is BeautyScoop?
BeautyScoop is an edible peptide and lipid formula. It actually works from the inside to boost your own body's rejuvenating powers to make healthier, newer, better skin, hair, and nails.
There are so many beauty products out there. How is BeautyScoop different?
Unlike products that you put onto your skin that barely get absorbed, if they get absorbed at all, BeautyScoop works from within. It continues working for long-lasting benefits.
Can't we get this from our regular diet?
Yes, actually, you can get it from your regular diet. The problem is that it takes 4 to 6 hours for your body to digest what you've eaten into an absorbable form.
Even with a healthy diet, peptides and lipids are often inadequately absorbed.
BeautyScoop is provided to you in individual packets which are pre-measured to give you the exact quantity that you need in an already absorbable form.
Just 1 scoop a day for more youthful skin, lustrous hair, and strong nails. It's an all-natural vegetable-based product that takes beauty to a new level.
You see the results, but there's something else. I mean, you start jonesing for the flavor of BeautyScoop because it's actually really tasty.
So what kind of results have you seen with BeautyScoop?
86% of people notice improvement in their skin, hair, and nails with all 3 areas within 3 weeks.
My skin, my nails, my hair were definitely more vibrant, more, people kept on saying, wow, you look really radiant. I went to my hairdresser. The first thing she said was, what is all this new growth? She said my hair looked like she's never seen it before and wanted to know the secret. That was her big thing. What's the secret?
It's no secret. It's science. Doctor invented with clinically proven results. With BeautyScoop, you can drink your way to beauty.
It's enhanced the way all of me looks and the way all of me feels. It's a fabulous product. I would recommend it to all of my friends.
Well, this week on CNBC, we've had a special series called Boomer Nation, what Americans roughly 42 to age 60 are doing as they age. And today we've been focusing on beauty and why more boomers are opting for a little nip and tuck, maybe undergoing massive weight loss or you name it, anything to help give them a competitive edge in the workplace. And joining us to talk about that part of it, especially as it pertains to men this hour, Dr. Michelle Yagoda is a facial plastic surgeon with Manhattan's Eye, Ear, and Throat Hospital. And we have executive career coach Sarah Bullard-Stack, who runs the Employee Assistance Program for the Commerce Department. Good to see you both. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Doctor, tell that story about some of the men who come to you. They've had another injury of some kind, but they think about some other things they might have done while they're there, right?
Yes, I've had male patients who've come to me after they've injured their noses, for example, playing basketball or baseball. They come in, they sign up for the surgery, we take care of the consent form, and as they're exiting my office, they say, as they motion to their neck, could you do something to get rid of this that's hanging over my tie? So, yes.
Sarah, I just heard you. You're acknowledging you've heard this before, have you?
Yes, although I deal with the psychological end of things, it does sound very familiar.
Where do you rank plastic surgery on the advice that you give the people you give career advice to?
Well, to be honest, it's not in my career path journey that I take executives on, but we do talk a lot about exercise and stress management, and we talk a lot about understanding your inner strengths and how that can help you to move yourself forward in your new career or as a baby boomer who's trying to move out to retirement.
But let's face it, there is less of a stigma today about plastic surgery than there was a generation ago, right, Doctor?
There is, and appearances do matter. It's important, I feel, to be healthy and to do behavioral relaxation and to eat well, to exercise in moderation, but appearances do count. And given a well-qualified candidate, some people will be discriminated against based on age, looking tired, worried, or angry.
Well-qualified candidate, does that mean there are some people you would turn away?
No, I meant for job positioning.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. And what about that, Sarah? Does that just add to the qualifications? I mean, let's face it, when you're an employer who's trying to choose who to pick for a job, and you've got the younger person, you've got the older person, you go with the experience, or you go with the person who looks more youthful?
Well, that really depends on the job, Bill. I think that some jobs and some employers understand the value of wisdom, and also I agree with Dr. Yagoda that it's how you look, but it also is how you present yourself and how you feel about yourself. And if you feel confident and you're excited about the job, you may look a lot younger than you are, or you may just look very excited about what you're going to be talking about.
So there are some non-invasive procedures that a lot of people are having done right now that don't involve nips and tucks, right?
That's right. The 3 most common ones are Botox, to get rid of lines in the brow, to get rid of diminished crow's feet lines, to raise the brows, to raise the upper eyelids, filler injections to get rid of the angry lines between the nose and the mouth, to fill the bags under the eyes, to enhance the cheek area or diminish the jowling that's seen in the neck. And also there are new types of lasers that without any disruption of the surface of the skin can get rid of brown spots and red spots and broken capillaries, and those are very common procedures.
I mean, I'll be frank with you. My co-anchor and I, Sue Herrera, we're about the same age. We've discussed it, whether we should do this. I mean, especially with HD TV coming in. But we choose not to. It's just not something that I want to mess with nature. I mean, am I wrong about that as well?
No, everybody has difference of opinions, but these are things that are very non-invasive, they're non-surgical, and it can, in a matter of minutes, it can change and improve an appearance dramatically. And naturally. So some people opt to do that, and when you find that exercise and good diet and restful sleep isn't enough, it's something people turn to.
And what about that, Sarah? You say it's not often on your radar screen, but let's face it, anybody that is working in the public eye could give them an edge.
Well, I've done a lot of coaching with on-air people and executives who work in entertainment, and yes, I'm sure there's some for whom that is the answer, but there are many others who want to be perceived as very genuine and who can come across in the way that they want the audience to perceive them. And so for them, they don't need to do plastic surgery, nothing against it, but for some people what they really need is self-confidence and an ability to think of themselves as very successful professionals who want to reach an audience.
I'm curious, if you don't mind answering, why you don't put it there. I mean, especially if one of your clients suggests the possibility of doing that, even after they've done all the other things that you suggested.
Are you asking, Bill, why wouldn't I suggest it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I would certainly. What I try to do is I try to understand what the client really wants. Yeah. And if they come to me and that's the first thing they say, I'll refer them to a plastic surgeon, and I'll also say...
if it's not the first thing they say, what you seem to be suggesting, though, is that it's not even going to come up if it doesn't come up with the client to begin with. And I'm just asking why.
Well, my practice and my own business has really been focusing on executives and on air and other people who want to think about their careers, think about how to present themselves better in the workplace, right. Think about what to do when they retire. And so we work really more with the inner self and how people feel about themselves and how they perceive themselves. We do a lot of stress reduction, exercise. Again, though, anytime anyone brings up something that's out of my area of expertise, which certainly plastic surgery is, I say, great, that's just another tool in the toolbox, and let's go on our journey, right. And then you can also use plastic surgery. By
the same token, though, Dr. Yagoda, you can overdo it. I mean, we all know the stories, and, had experiences. I just, on television recently, I saw, let's just call him a veteran singer. I hadn't seen him in a while, and I didn't hear a single note he sang because I didn't recognize him, all the work he had obviously had done. You can overdo it.
You can definitely overdo it, and that's why you need to find somebody who gets natural results. But I agree that plastic surgery is not the answer for everybody, and certainly someone who's not healthy inside, somebody who doesn't have a good self-image is not a good candidate for surgery or for non-invasive, non-surgical rejuvenating procedures. But there's always that person who comes in and says, I feel great, and even after a restful night, everybody tells me I look tired. That person's not going to get better with behavior modification or lifetime coaching.
Good to see you both. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
You bet.
Thank you.
Dr. Michelle Yagoda and career coach Sarah Bullard-Steck joining us to talk about crow's feet around the eyes.
Their faces are their fortunes. Stars have to look flawless floating down that red carpet. But how can you get ready for your close-up? We're taking you behind the scenes to get tips from the most cutting-edge celebrity skin doctors. Dr. Ava Shambam has a star-studded roster and an office in Celeb Central, California. She filled me in on the hottest Hollywood treatment, the Infusion Facial.
It is really a pumped-up facial. It's a combination of laser treatments, of dermabrasion, and a really amped-up serum that has all kinds of goodies in it. When the skin recovers, you really get a nice, fresh glow, because the less makeup you wear, the younger you look.
That is such a great tip. I'm always saying that less is more.
Oh, absolutely. You want the light to reflect off of the forehead, the cheekbones, and the tip of the nose. That's the classic beauty.
In New York, stars achieve that classic beauty with the help of Dr. Michelle Yagoda, who who even has a top-secret celebrity entrance. Stars are flocking to her for cutting-edge technology like this non-surgical facelift with no recovery time, and the results are immediate.
The liposuction facial includes deep lymphatic drainage, vacuum therapy, and the strongest, most active ingredients that are available. It combines this with a 3-step peeling, firming, and lifting mask. There's a nice angle to her jaw, her neck has improved in its contour, and there's a softening of the lines between her nose and mouth.
To peel back the years, the stars also have their eyes on Dr. Yagoda's Miracle Eyelid Rejuvenation, Triumph.
The first part is Botox to diminish and soften the crow's feet. The second is the use of fillers like Restylane to remove the lower eyelid bags. And the third step is the use of the Clarion laser to get rid of brown spots, red spots, and broken capillaries. Celebrities love these procedures because people can't tell that they've had something done.
Also hot, at-home treatments. They're more affordable than a visit to the doctor, and for stars, they're the ultimate in privacy. Dr. Shambam created Radical Departure, a 2-week skincare program that will have stars shining just in time for those award shows.
The first step is using a cleanser. The next step is this antioxidant mist. And then in the morning, there's an alpha hydroxy cream, and in the evening, it's a retinol serum.
What kind of results can you expect?
You can expect definite smoothing and improvement in the texture of the skin and overall just fresh skin.
For the freshest look, take Nicole Kidman's advice.
Stay out of the sun.
But what's a safe way to brave the outdoors?
Wear a hat as much as possible. But if you get the brown spots anywhere or the freckles, then using a cream that not only has a skin lightener such as hydroquinone, but also a retinol is extremely effective.
UVA protection is what you need to be concerned about. Broad spectrum UVA protection.
I mean, I know everybody says drink water, but is there anything else we can do to sort of increase the odds that we'll stay glowing forever?
Is eating a diet that's balanced with all different colors of fruits and vegetables. That's the best way to go.
The best treatment for fine lines and wrinkles is glycolic acid. The next best treatment for fine lines and wrinkles are your antioxidants. And if you are self-confident, that will project in your image and everybody will see a more radiant you.
Well, more and more job seekers are going under the knife, hoping that plastic surgery will help them get the edge on the competition in the workforce. I'm joined by a former record executive who just got a facelift. His name is Jeff Graybo, and plastic surgeon Dr. Michelle Yagoda. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
All right, I got to go to you first, Jeff. What made you do this?
Well, to be honest with you, the last couple of years have been tough with the record business. With the illegal downloading has really hurt. People think they're hurting corporations, but they're hurting families like mine. So it's been difficult to get work and do sales and marketing. So basically, I'd have interviews, and you can tell pretty quickly, a potential employer when they basically give you a look that you're a little older, and they legally can't say that, but you kind of pick up the vibe. So my wife and I, my wife works for a show called Extra, and basically a lot of what she does is look for doctors and different things, and she pretty much said to me, you know what, maybe that would help, make you a little younger and a little fresher so you can compete with the younger people.
Well, I think it makes sense. I mean, it's amazing, though, that people are actually going through this, doctor, and people need to be aware, though, of what they're getting themselves into, don't they? I mean, you can't just willy-nilly go out and find random people to do it at home. People are doing this at home, too.
Well, first of all, I agree that when it's very frustrating to lose a job, especially like Jeff, when he's been in an industry for a long time and felt like he paid his dues. And I think many people in the marketplace right now are facing not just the tough economy, but trying to make themselves look better, not just to look younger, but because when all candidates are competent, the employer will resort to appearance. And when you look for a way to improve your appearance, it's very important that you find somebody who is qualified, like you said. And that means a person who has proper training and has a lot of experience in the procedure that you're looking to have done.
Let's take a look at some people who, well, first of all, this is actually a career lift that Mickey Rourke got, for instance, for crying out loud. Of course, we saw him in The Wrestler. He was nominated for an Academy Award. He went through and had some some work done. Look at him before and after this. I mean, some say, you know, his career took off after this. Now, you have a career lift package that includes like cosmetic consultation with a plastic surgeon, and you can actually do this. Tell us how you can actually do this.
Well, a career lift is not necessarily for Jeff Graybow or for people who are like Mickey Rourke and have unlimited funds. This is for a person who is looking for a more modest, affordable, economical way to improve their appearance to be competitive in the job market. So it would include getting rid of the signs of worry and stress in the brow, getting rid of the signs of exhaustion and frustration in the lower eyelid area, and getting rid of the signs of anger by erasing a scowling face and lower jaw in addition.
And Jeff, any final words on this? Because, I mean, it's obviously worked for you, right? I mean, would you recommend this to somebody else? We have about 10 seconds left.
Yeah. I absolutely would. I mean, Dr. Simone was the doctor, and we did some research, and he does the Simone lift while you're awake, which makes it a lot safer. You know, when they put you under, you know, you never know. Yeah. And I definitely think it's a good thing, and you know, and I definitely look about 10 years younger.
All right, Jeff, thanks so much, and we appreciate it. Dr. Michelle Yagoda. Also, make sure you go and check out what is the board certified? We have it on foxnews.com. Go there and check it out, but make sure you check with your board certified doctor first, right?
Correct, and you can check with the New York State Medical Board for people who live in New York State to see your doctor's credentials and past experience.
In addition to cosmetic surgery, there are some less invasive treatments that will get rid of those wrinkles. Here's Dr. Yagoda.
Some of the non-surgical options include Botox, which are injections into the forehead area or the area around the sides of the eyes, which can get rid of wrinkles in the forehead or the crow's feet area. There are filler injections such as collagen, Symmetra, Dermalogen, which can be used to fill in lines around the nose and mouth. And all of these things can be done for much less than $20,000.
Well, for the past 7 years or so, Botox has cornered the market in wrinkle reduction. But look out, Botox, because there is a new, cheaper alternative in town. Here to talk about it is Dr. Michelle Yagoda, a New York City celebrity plastic surgeon, and she's here to tell us the positives and the negatives. So this new product, what is it called?
It's called Dysport, and it's really nice that there's a competitor because last year in 2008, there were nearly 2.5 million people who underwent Botox procedures. So Dysport is a relative of Botox. Botox is botulinum toxin A, and Dysport is botulinum toxin A. They work very similarly, but there are some important differences. As you mentioned, it is a little bit less expensive, so it may be a more affordable option for people who are worrying about their pocketbooks in the recession time.
Right. Well, what are the differences? How do you know if you should have the Botox or if you should have this new product?
Well, basically, you have to talk to your doctor about it, but some of the differences may be important in helping you to determine which one you choose. For example, Dysport has a more rapid onset of action. So compared to Botox, where it might take 3 to 7 days for you to see the full benefits of muscle relaxation in the brow, Dysport the results can happen as early as 1 to 2 days and usually are finished within 5 days. So if you have an important event that you want to go to and you didn't quite allow 7 days to get the full benefit of your treatment, you might choose the Dysport.
The Dysport would be better then. Okay. How old are most of the patients that are getting Botox?
Well, Botox and Dysport are approved for adults under the age of 65, but it's very important. Dysport has one important thing compared to Botox, and that is that people who are allergic to milk protein cannot have Dysport. Now that's completely different than lactose intolerance, and if you think about it, Dysport is injected into the muscle and not absorbed through your gut. So if you have a lactose intolerance, you can still use it, but if you're allergic to milk protein, you cannot.
Gotcha. What's the age group? Because I know that some of my friends are getting it, and then they're saying, other friends are saying not until after 40. I mean, what, in your opinion,
it really doesn't matter what your age is as long as you're an adult with wrinkles and expression lines that are too pronounced and you don't like them. The other benefit is just to complete that is that the Dysport is approved for use for up to 4 months, whereas the Botox lasts typically up to 3 months.
Oh, really? So it lasts longer, and you see the effect sooner.
Exactly.
And it's cheaper.
Yes, it is. It's nice to have competition finally.
Okay, let's talk about the lash lengthening, because I know this is the newest rave, but is it FDA approved?
It is. Latisse is FDA approved, and even though Allergan has met its competition with Dysport, Allergan is the only FDA approved lash lengthening treatment. The way that it came about is it's a medicine that was used for glaucoma to lower eye pressure, and an unanticipated but very desirable side effect was that the lashes got longer, darker, and thicker. And so Latisse is FDA approved as a lash lengthening treatment. But there are several other competitors, Revitalash, Rapid Lash, and two other ones, Marini Lash and Talika Liposils. Now these two products have the active kind of an analog to the active ingredient, which is a prostaglandin analog in Latisse. That's called bimatoprost. So these have medications in them.
Gotcha. So these are not over the counter?
They are over the counter, and that's why it's very important for people who are self-selecting a product to understand the side effects that can happen. When you go for a Latisse product, you and your doctor will decide whether it's for you, and you'll discuss the side effects. If you were to self-select one of these, you may or may not understand the side effects, and they're important. It can cause curling of the lashes, which may be desirable if it's in the direction you like and it's symmetric in both eyes, but it can be permanent, and it can be in a direction you don't like. It can also discolor the skin around the lash line where it's applied, and if it's in a nice line like your eyeliner, that's great, but if it's not, you might not want that.
So which one do you recommend?
Well, I recommend that you discuss with your doctor and you understand the risks, because if you have blue eyes, like you do, beautiful blue eyes, one of the risks of Latisse and any other prostaglandin analog is that if it enters in your eye, it can cause permanent brown spots in the iris or the colored part of the eye.
Goodness.
These two don't do that.
All right. So. Thank you so much, Doctor. We appreciate you being here. Creator of BeautyScoop as well, so you have to check her out online. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
In the meantime, this is a very important segment, everyone. If you want to look years younger, but you're afraid to go under the knife, fear not. We have a celebrity plastic surgeon from New York City here who says you don't have to go to extremes to reduce wrinkles, fine lines, and age spots.
Yeah, and here with advice on how to transform your skin, hair, nails from the inside out is Dr. Michelle Yagoda. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so this is something that I know I'm very concerned about. I want to look more beautiful on the outside. And if I get age spots and people are saying to me, oh my gosh, you're starting to get crow's feet, or you get crow's feet, wrinkles around the eyes, what do I need to do? How can I ingest something without going under the knife?
Well, first, the most important thing is to realize that your skin is a powerful indicator of your health and nutrition. And by fixing some of what you eat and making sure that your diet is proper, you can actually improve your skin.
Okay, so show me right now what I have to eat and how much of it I have to eat to get rid of wrinkles.
Well, first, I've co-developed a product called BeautyScoop that will take care of all the things you need to eat. BeautyScoop contains the building blocks for healthy skin, hair, and nails, but they're based on the ingredients you see here, which I call the 5 super beauty foods.
Okay, the first one is salmon.
This is salmon, so this is also in the product, but here's actually what salmon looks like.
No, I'll explain to you the product in a minute, but salmon and tofu are perfect examples of proteins and omega-3 fatty acids that are important for skin texture and strength.
But do they really get rid of wrinkles?
Well, wrinkles that are related to dryness do go away when you have foods like omega-3 fatty acids, which help to moisturize the skin and retain its moisture barrier.
Now, this I imagine is kale, and this is also a very important ingredient, right?
Yeah. Kale is the most important beauty superfood, as opposed to all other antioxidants that I'm sure you're familiar with, like blueberries and strawberries and raspberries. Kale has the added ingredient of calcium, so it gives you your antioxidants and calcium, which is important for your skin, hair, and nails.
Now, and we have a plate of nuts here.
This is what Allie eats all morning long throughout the show.
I do, and you know what? I also eat kale and tofu and salmon, and I still have some wrinkles. So,
and that's important. That's why Dr. Gans and I, my partner, have developed BeautyScoop. It's an edible beauty product that helps to take care of your skin, hair, and nails by getting rid of wrinkles, fine lines, dark spots, strengthens your nails, and gets your hair shinier.
Let me try it.
So it's not a pill. You mix it. How does it work?
It's a powder, and it comes in these individual packets, and you mix it into a beverage, and I've mixed it into a shake for you to taste. And the reason why it works compared to the foods, like you asked, is because it gives it to you in an immediately absorbable form. When you eat all of the foods that you see on this table, or other foods that are healthy for you, it takes your body 4 to 6 hours to digest and absorb it. And many people have a problem with absorption. So whereas most supplements are to supplement a diet that's lacking, BeautyScoop was made for people who, like you, who already eat healthy diets, because people who have problems with absorption are able to get this.
All right, how long do I have to drink it for to see all my wrinkles go away?
Oh my God, they're already going.
Do I look 10 years younger?
They're already going.
Actually,
In clinical studies, 86% of people notice improvement within 21 days.
21 days. And let me just
in all three areas.
138,000 facelift surgeries in 2007. You do BeautyScoop, you don't need to go under the knife and worry about
Well,
this.
that's not exactly true. The BeautyScoop will actually take care of your texture of your skin, your hair, your nails, and plastic surgery takes care of sagging skin. No nutritional supplement is going to get rid of sagging.
Where do they find it?
You can find it online at beautyscoop.com, at blissworld.com, and at certain medical spas and doctor's offices.
Can I also drink this one? Do you mind?
Yeah, you can have both, absolutely.
You're going to look like a child by the end of this segment. Dr. Michelle Yagoda, thanks for coming in and showing us all these superfoods for skin. Eat up, everybody. It's omelet time.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Yagoda. I'm a New York City facial plastic surgeon. Together with my partner, Dr. Eugene Gans, a world-renowned chemist, we are bringing to you a new, wholly original concept in beauty, BeautyScoop. BeautyScoop is an edible peptide and lipid formula. It helps to boost the body's own regenerative systems to create healthier skin, shinier hair, and stronger nails. So some of you might be wondering, what are peptides? Peptides are the usable forms of proteins. This formula contains peptides. It's not a vitamin formula. It also contains lipids. Lipids are the usable forms of oils. The core target are women, and they generally fall into the age group of 30 to 55. These are women who embrace diet, nutrition, wellness, exercise as part of their normal beauty regimen because they understand that external beauty is reflected by internal health and wellness. The ingredients in BeautyScoop definitely can be found in a regular diet. The difference is that it takes 4 to 6 hours for you to digest your food into a usable form. And the reason why BeautyScoop is a patent-pending formula is because of 3 things. It supplies you or your customer with already absorbable peptides and lipids in a sufficient quantity that's been pre-measured into individual, easy-to-use packets. And when taken over a short interval of 30 minutes or less, this unique combination causes 86% of people in clinical trials to have improvement in their skin, hair, and nails, all 3 areas, within 3 weeks. BeautyScoop is a natural and vegetable-based product. It's made at a USDA organic certified factory. The peptides or proteins, the usable forms of proteins in BeautyScoop come primarily from soy, whey, and lecithin. So people who have soy allergies should probably not take BeautyScoop. The lipids in BeautyScoop come from the heart-healthy oils of the canola flour and safflower. These are rich in omega-3 fatty acids and contain no trans fats. Many times people ask, is BeautyScoop a vitamin? And the answer is no. It's a peptide and lipid formula. Does it have any vitamins in it? It has only those vitamins in it that have clinically proven benefits for hair, skin, and nail health and beauty. Sometimes people may ask you, how is BeautyScoop different from other drinkable beauty products, such as Borba, for example? Borba is not a peptide or lipid formula. It is a multivitamin formula. Customers might ask you, how is BeautyScoop different from other supplements like Fido, Murad, Kinarase? The answer is simple. This is a peptide and lipid formula. BeautyScoop is the only edible peptide and lipid formula available in a drinkable form. Other people might ask you, how can BeautyScoop be incorporated into their skincare regimen? Do they have to stop using other skincare products? And the answer is no. While BeautyScoop helps to make better skin, hair, and nails naturally from within, most people find that they still would like to use cosmetics and skincare products. They may find that they are less likely to need moisturizers or to use other hair care products. Many times people ask, if I stop using BeautyScoop, will the results last? And the answer is yes. If you stop using BeautyScoop, the results will last for up to an additional 5 weeks. That's because BeautyScoop works from the inside. Topical products stop working when they're no longer in contact with your skin. And when they are in contact with your skin, they serve to cover up damage. 1 box of BeautyScoop contains 21 individual packets that are easy to use and portable. There are 21 packets in the box
because in clinical studies, 86% of people notice improvement in their skin, hair, and nails, all three areas, within 3 weeks. Sometimes people ask, can I take more than 1 packet a day? And the answer is that for the first week, we do recommend taking up to 2 packets a day to jumpstart your body's own regenerative powers to get an added boost. But after that, it's best to remain taking 1 packet daily. Once someone has finished the first box of BeautyScoop, they needn't take 1 packet every day to continue the benefits. They could actually take 1 packet every second or third day and maintain the benefits for long-lasting results. How can you take your BeautyScoop? You can mix it into the beverage of your choice. We recommend mixing it in 4 to 8 ounces, and that's because BeautyScoop needs to be consumed within 30 minutes for its maximum results. What can you mix it into? You can mix it into any beverage of your choice, hot or cold. So you could mix it into your juice, your milkshake. You can mix it into ice water. You can mix it into coffee or tea. And you can even mix it into a cocktail. Other questions you might get is, can BeautyScoop be taken with food? And the answer is yes. It doesn't matter whether you take it with or without food or what time of the day you take it. BeautyScoop contains no artificial flavors, no artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners. It's never been tested on animals. BeautyScoop also contains no herbs and no drug-like elements. BeautyScoop is made in the U.S. with all ingredients coming from the U.S. with the exception of the canola flour from Canada and the vanilla orchid flour from South America. No products come from China. You may be asked if BeautyScoop can be taken by pregnant women. While all the ingredients in BeautyScoop are found in a normal diet, and while there are no artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, BeautyScoop has not been tested on pregnant women, and therefore we cannot safely say that pregnant women can take it.